How many of you guys actually know what's happening right now with the alternate project? I bet not a lot of you. If you've been in our Discord server, if you've been keeping up with the alternate live updates page, then maybe you have a decent idea of what's going on. But even that live updates page wasn't updated a ton, um, which is funny considering the name. And frankly, the way I've been sharing updates with you all about everything I've been doing, everything Raven's been doing, has been not great. At the start, it worked fine, right? Because pretty much all we had at that time was Talon, and it's pretty easy to track when someone just has one thing like that. But we're now doing multiple projects. Like, how many of you guys know the difference between alternate Raven and Talon? Like, I bet not a lot of you. I bet there's some people here watching right now who still think that it's called the BetaNet project. Don't even know that it was renamed to alternate. Maybe there's a couple of you who are confused that alternate and BetaNet are the same thing, right? Like, it's this big issue of confusion because we haven't been explaining things to you guys very great. I haven't been explaining things to you guys very great. This has been a constant struggle since this has evolved past just Talon. Sharing updates through Twitter and through YouTube videos and stuff like this through the Discord announcements is fine if you're like a smaller group with just like one or two projects. But now that it's getting serious, now that it's become this scale, we need a better way to share news with you guys. So don't worry, nothing's changing about this YouTube channel. I'm still going to be being my tech nerd self and all that stuff. We're still going to have the Twitter, we're still going to have the Discord, but we are changing the way we're going about giving updates about Raven stuff like alternates and all that. And just to answer your question really quick, just for anyone here watching, Raven is my company and Raven is the group behind Talon, which is a Windows debootloader, and then the alternate project formerly called BetaNet, which is we're building a decentralized web protocol. That's what it is. So to go ahead and show you this, if you actually go to the Raven website, this will be in the description, by the way. You can see this announcement banner here that we just launched something called Newsroom. Now, if you actually go look at Newsroom, you can see this post right here. We have created a single centralized place, a canonical source for updates about what's going on with Raven right now and stuff. And it looks kind of like shit right now, and this is because it's very new. We're still rolling it out, but you can see like these tiles will get updated with more posts and stuff as we have them. So if you go here, this post actually talks about it. Again, it'll be in the description, but we now created something called Newsroom. This is going to be the single central place to get all of the latest news and information and all of that about Raven, what's going on with our projects, what's going on with alternate, everything like that. We used to have this web page called like the alternate live updates page, and if you went to products, you went to alternate, it used to say live updates here, and you'd click it and bring you to like this. We made like a miniature version of Twitter basically that only we could post on, and we just had like we would make posts about the project and updates as it was going on and stuff. But that was pretty shit, and it didn't even actually solve the real problem. This does. So we actually retired that page, and we're now just going to be using this. So instead of having these ephemeral posts that depend on an algorithm, that depend on you being online at the right time, stuff like that, right, where it can get lost in these chat feeds and everything like that, Newsroom is actually this proper, simple source where posts won't get buried under a ton of other crap, and that if there's not a bunch of noise. You don't need an account to view this stuff. You don't need to be logged into a specific social media platform. Nothing like that. Now we are going to eventually have email updates, so you can actually put in your email address in the newsroom, and then you will get emailed anytime there's a new newsroom post. We will have that soon, and the reason why we would do this is because not everyone has Twitter, not everyone has Discord, not everyone's always online on Twitter or on Discord, but pretty much everyone has email, and pretty much everyone checks their email. Most people, not me, but a lot of people check their emails. So if you want like a reliable way to get updates, then we will eventually have it so that you can put in your email, you get notified anytime we make these posts, and then you can actually get news about what's going on with Raven and stuff actively. And an important part of Newsroom too is that it's like I said, canonical instead of it being like these ephemeral. Because I feel like it's not very permanent. It's not very set in stone with when it's just like social media posts or Discord or whatever. This is actually like public. It's set in stone. It's there now. You know what I mean? Even if for whatever reason we deleted a post, there's still archives. There's still stuff like that. So it's like it's pretty permanent now, which is obviously what you want for these kinds of update posts here. So, and one more thing, just one more final thing. So, I've basically been using my personal YouTube channel here for Raven updates, Raven announcements, stuff like that, launches and everything, which has worked fine again when it was smaller. But things are changing now. Obviously, Raven's gotten bigger. So there is actually a Raven YouTube channel now. We made a YouTube channel for Raven. Um, and I mention this because from here on out, you're not going to see, well, you might see me talk about alternate and stuff here, but for getting like actual live updates going forward regarding the alternate project, regarding Talon, regarding everything like that, you'll want to subscribe to the Raven Technologies Group YouTube channel. Since we now have this dedicated YouTube channel, we're going to do the alternate update live streams here now. Which, by the way, the next one is coming up very soon. We switched to doing it at the end of each milestone, development milestone, instead of doing it bi-weekly. Again, I'm sure a lot of you guys didn't know that because of the issue with, not everyone getting the updates. So, but we will be doing that update live stream soon. We have Raven Vault launching soon, which is now called Raven One Sync. Again, I bet not a lot of you guys heard about that. More information will be coming out soon. All of the updates now will be here. This channel, the future of this channel is going to kind of go back a little more to how my channel was before, where it's more so me just being a tech nerd, talking about tech nerdy stuff, talking about my own personal projects unrelated to Raven. I'm definitely going to talk about Raven sometimes and stuff like that too. I'm going to talk about Talon and all that stuff here as well. But for the actual like in-depth videos and the launches and the showcases and stuff like that, those are going to start being moved here going forward. So that's really about it. One more thing I'll say before I head out, though, for those of you wondering about my living situation right now, I haven't spoken a word to my parents or a lot of my family really since, other than my grandpa. My grandpa's amazing. I haven't spoken to any of them really since I moved out. I moved in here now. I'm actively taking a driver's ed course. I'm getting my driver's ed done. After I get my driver's ed done, I'm either gonna get some cheap used vehicle or I'm gonna get. I've actually been debating a motorcycle just because they're cheaper, and really that's kind of it, just cheaper. But and actually, my friend, my buddy of mine, works at a security company, which kind of fits, right? And it turns out that they actually might be having someone. They might be wanting someone who works on security cameras and their software side of things and stuff like that. So the only thing that they'd need is me to be able to drive a vehicle and me have my own vehicle to get to work. So after I'm just focusing on getting my vehicle right now and staying afloat, keeping myself fed, keeping the lights on, and then other than that, hopefully I'll be landing me a job soon, and then even if that job doesn't work out, by the way, I'm doing job hunting right now. I've found a couple of places that might work. I'm just waiting to see how things turn out. I'm getting my license first, and then I'm getting my vehicle first, and then going from there. So that's really about it, though. See ya.